Hey guys, what's up? Today in the Brick Lab, we are going to be taking a look at opening up this 6-pack blind box of Marvel collectible minifigures. And this is something that LEGO is doing for the first time for this series, and it'll be interesting to see if they continue to do it for other series as well. It honestly depends on how well this box set sells, and I foresee this being very popular online, but not as popular in store, because if I'm buying minifigures online, I would probably be more inclined to buy something like this because I'd feel like I'd be less likely to get duplicates, whereas in store I would not buy this thing because I wouldn't be able to feel the minifigures that I was getting. So to be honest, the only reason I'm getting this is because it is the Marvel collectible minifigure series, and those things have been pretty popular. I mean, there have been people who've been talking about buying whole box sets of that thing, which does not leave me very much hope that I'll actually find them on the shelves whenever my local retailers stock them. So enough of that, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's inside. Alright, so we open it up to reveal 6 collectible minifigures. No surprise here. Let's go ahead and open these suckers up. Alright, it looks like Thanos Gamora is our first minifigure, and I really wanted this minifigure, ironically not because it is Gamora or Thanos, because this suit would be perfect for a custom minifigure that I had in mind, but I guess we'll get to that later on. As far as the actual minifigure design goes though, it is pretty solid. I really love the golden armor here. The dual molded arms are also very cool. Not as fond of the hairpiece, although I will say that paint does look pretty good here, and of course the face has some pretty decent prints as well. I have no idea if past Gamora minifigures have had this exact face print or if it's brand new, but it does look pretty cool, so there you go. But anyway, that's one down, 5 more to go. Alright, and next up we have Zombie Captain America. This figure was honestly not high in my list of desirable collectible minifigures for obvious reasons. I am not a huge zombie fan, and to be honest, I feel like the trope has just kind of been played out already. There really hasn't been anything original done with zombies in the past few years, and honestly, I'm just kind of sick of them at this point. But that said, there are pretty cool pieces included with the set, like the damaged shield, for instance, which would be useful for other Captain America minifigures, as well as some of the scuffs and dirt on the helmet here, and of course the torn up and tattered suit. But anyway, overall, solid minifigure though. I do like the prints on it, and while this particular subject matter is not my forte, I guess you would say, overall I can appreciate the design of the minifigure. So let's move on to something hopefully less depressing. And here we do have something much less depressing. And so here we have everyone's summer 2021 crush, Lady Loki herself. This is a slightly weaker minifigure than the other two minifigures that I feel just because she doesn't really have any leg printing, although I do like the armored printing on her torso here. I do wish she'd come with a cape, since I think that would be a little bit more accurate, but don't quote me on that because I'm no expert on anything Marvel. And I feel like some different expressions on the face probably would have been better as well. Do you like the hairpiece though? It's some nice dual molding, and I don't really foresee it being useful with very many other minifigures, but still it's a great minifigure to have. Of course, the real reason why I wanted her was because of the baby alligator, and of course the green knives, because you can never have too many of either of them, I think. That said, this alligator / crocodile is definitely the standout minifigure of this wave, and yeah, definitely my favorite collectible minifigure by far. Alright, we're halfway done. Let's see what else we have here. And here we have everyone's favorite side character here, poor Loki, who's destined to be a side character even in his own show. That's just unfortunate. It's a pretty solid minifigure though. I really like the design of the suit and the fact that it continues onto the legs. And we also get this nice little TVA mug here, and I also like his face with the 2 expressions. We have a grim one on this side, and a more scheming face on this side. I also do like the fact that we got this hairpiece in a new color. I could see some great uses for that. And more excitingly, of course, we have little baby Thor frog. Well, I guess since Thor is a frog here, he's technically not a baby, but there you go. I will say I was kind of torn on this figure when I first saw him in the promotional pictures, but actually having him in hand, he's really kind of adorable. He's a little cape on the back here. He's wielding a little Mjolnir. And yeah, look at that expression on his little froggy face. He's just absolutely precious. I can't believe I ever thought he wasn't worthy. And next up we have a character who is the main villain in her own show. And this is honestly a minifigure that I was just going to pass on. I really wasn't a huge fan of it at all. But having it in hand, of course, it is actually pretty decent. I've seen a lot of complaints about the hairpiece and the fact that it wasn't dual molded, which I can kind of understand because the paint just kind of looks a little faint here, but overall I think it's a pretty solid hairpiece. And again, the expressions aren't really the best. There's a happy expression here, which seems kind of out of place, but also we do get some red power bursts, and Wanda has a nice design with her dress here. So overall a solid minifigure, but definitely not a standout in this wave. And I would say, honestly, the highlight of this minifigure for me is the fact that an extra trans clear jumper stand was included, so I'm not sure what that says about my taste. Alright, and here we have the last minifigure. Now, so far I've been pretty impressed because I actually haven't gotten any duplicates, and I'm hoping that trend continues with this minifigure. Alright, and last up we have my most anticipated character whenever I first saw this series released, the most nerfed Marvel minifigure character ever. That said, while I'm not a huge fan of what the character has become, I do like this minifigure here. It's got a very nice solid design. We get a brand new design for the Captain America shield, and we get a couple of nice prints on Bucky here. Although seeing the smiling face in person, it's not as great as it looked on the promotional images. I'm not sure what the deal is, but in real life it just seems a little too, I don't know, there's something off about it. But moving to the back here, we have also this angry expression, which actually does look pretty cool. And then of course we have this black arm with some gold minifigure printing, which is super solid. And then also just some printing which continues down onto the legs. This minifigure I feel like is generic enough that it could be used for other custom minifigures or whatever else you wanted to do with it. Just maybe swap out that arm for just a regular arm, and yeah. Then it also comes with a pair of knives here, which I've just left on the sprue because I have a ton of these things lying around, and I'd like to keep those in one piece if possible. As far as the rest of the minifigures go in the series, I will say there are probably a couple more exciting ones, like maybe Gamora or Baby Throg here. I don't know why I keep calling him Baby Throg. He's not a baby. I'll get past that verbal tick one of these days. Anyway, Bucky here also comes with another trans clear stand. Maybe the rest did have extra stands as well and I just accidentally left them in the bags. Not sure. A pretty solid minifigure. He just doesn't stand out very much compared to, say, some of the other minifigures. And just in case you're curious, we can open up one of the pamphlets that comes with each of these collectible minifigures and you can take a look and see what's included in the series, assuming you don't already know. Interestingly enough, this pamphlet is actually printed in landscape mode. It's also a lot smaller than I remember these pamphlets being. Although interestingly enough, I think this is the first collectible minifigure pamphlet I've seen that includes one of these little warning icons here, and obviously that's for Wanda's power bursts. But moving to the backside, you can see that's just more random stuff. How to assemble the different minifigures, which I didn't get any of these minifigures, so this section means nothing to me. Alright, so just to wrap up, here are the 6 minifigures that I ended up with. It's a nice solid half to the series. I guess I really don't have any deep thoughts to say about them other than the fact that this is a pretty solid collectible minifigure series. Again, I'm not really a huge Marvel fan, so most of the Marvel lore and whatnot is wasted on me, but I can appreciate a great minifigure design when I see one. Anyway, that's really all I have for you guys. I may at some point get another 6-pack box just to see what else I get, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to do another video for that. But that's really all I have for you with this one, so don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff.